Hi, Saturday No Makeup Ashley here. We're going to continue on with the Lover's Path Oracle. Or no, not Oracle, the Lover's Path spread that I've been kind of trialing here with you. I realize we're rolling into February. That's just fine. I'm still getting over not feeling well. And I'm working like a badass, or like a motherfucker. You get it. We're going to shake for who's next. Leo. Leo, I think this is fitting because Cancer, Virgo, and Leo didn't get their reads for the Samhain reading, and you're getting your stuff first. That's amazing. Leo, we're going to start with your magnetic poetry, and then we're going to... I'm trialing new decks also because my birthday was in the beginning of January, and I bought myself 4 new decks. So we're going to use the Enchanted Garden Tarot. And but this is a new spread. Check the description box for everything you need to know. Please check out your rising moon and Venus sign. This is an organized mess of a mind creating a new spread. But we're going to do a you and them thing. Probably shouldn't have one person in mind, but people do that. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh, yeah, and, I'm clairsentient, claircognizant, clairaudient. When I hear ringing in my ears on the right side, it means there are messages from people I know that have passed on the left. It'll be my spirit guides. But, we'll just roll with it and we'll see what we get. Magnetic poetry to start. Show you here, Leo. Not much. And I'm going to put these in list format as opposed to like a sentence. Because I don't want you to be in a position where you think that I'm, projecting something. Very important. Okay. Very few words for you. You can hit the pause button if you need to jot this all down. See if it makes sense to you. But that's where we're at. So this Lover's Path spread that I'm doing here, it's basically it's based off a song where I End and You Begin by Radiohead. X will mark the place, and basically it's going to be where you both meet in the middle and where you have common ground. We'll go over it as we get into it. Again, I am trialing new cards with these spreads that I'm doing. Enchanted Garden Tarot. It's already been pre-shuffled a ton because when you get new cards, they often come in succession, and it's a stiff deck, to say the least. But I really like to go off of cards that are an interpretation of the Rider-Waite Tarot because I love the artwork and I think that it brings about different messages at the same time, right? So this was a neat deck that I found that I wanted to get, so I got it. My sister was giving me crap about this. You might be dealing with a Sagittarius because I'm just talking about my sister right now. She's a Sag. But she was giving me crap about, how many decks of cards could you possibly need. And I actually know there are a lot of tarot readers out there who have hundreds of decks, which I don't even know how that's possible unless you're getting just all Rider-Waite and it's, different finishes or whatever. But these are loosely based on the Rider-Waite Tarot. I have 35 decks, and that doesn't include my oracle cards. But yeah, they're in the tower behind me, which you can't see really. But Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And in my description box is a place where you can run your natal chart if you don't know what your Rising, Moon, or Venus sign is. You're probably here because, the mess we're in. Because you're probably here because it's your sun sign, right? But yeah, it's a place that does an extremely comprehensive natal chart, and you just need to know the time you were born, the place you were born, which, not a lot of people don't know where they were born, but actually precisely the date, time, place, just for fairness. And, it's helpful for that. Because you need to know the time you were born for your rising sign, right? Okay, so we're going to start with your current circumstances, and then we'll move over here for their current circumstances. Then we'll move on to obstacles and challenges for you and then for them. And then we will hit where you meet, what your common ground is. And we'll move on to thoughts and fears and then moving forward. Okay. So current circumstances for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yeah, I'm doing this new thing where on Sundays I try not to wear makeup because as I get older, it's actually starting to become apparent that I don't know if any of the other ladies out there who've hit a certain age, it's like you gotta give yourself a break. And it's true. I will only take flippers and jumpers, and I want to take a maximum of 3. We've hit 4 here. So I'm going to take them. I'm going to break the rules, and I'm going to take them. There might be something for you about breaking the rules and what the rules mean to you. We got the 3 of Cups, followed by the Page of Wands, the Fool in the reverse, and the 10 of Cups in the upright. And I'm trying to read these as sentences moving forward because individually they mean their own things, but when you read them as sentences, it's its own thing as well. We have a celebration, bachelorette party, gossip party, hen party, where there's passionate communication that happens, or news, fiery news, inspiring news that comes about. I feel like it's passionate communication though, as opposed to inspiring news. Reason being is because following it here we have, and this is going to be during a celebration or get together, because after it we have a feeling with the Fool here where we don't want to necessarily take risks. Okay? And so, yeah, you're out celebrating in your current circumstances, hanging out with friends, having a few drinks, breaking bread, that kind of thing. And then some passionate communication comes to you. It might be fiery communication. Somebody says something that's kind of out of character, or something comes to you that's swift but fiery in some regard. And then it kind of, it puts a damper on your wanting to take a risk or be adventurous in some way. It does bring about a sense of connectedness for you, or it could bring you closer together in an extremely emotionally strong connection. But it could be that this passionate communication that puts you into a space of not trying to take risks at this time reinforces an extremely strong emotional connection that you might have. It could be the demonstration of your commitment through not taking a risk here. It reinforces the commitment that you have with somebody. I'll put those over there. We'll look at them next in the current circumstances. Leo, the person that we're connected with, we have 1 flipper. I'll just put that up there for now. I'm not going to look at it. What else? For Leo's person, their current circumstances. What else? I like the way these shuffle. They have a matte finish, so they shuffle smooth. I got a Rider-Waite deck. It was rose gold. It's a gold foil deck, but the cards are so slippery that they just like vomit all over the table anytime I try and shuffle them. I use them for the Libra reading, actually. I like these. These are like butter. Somebody's feeling that something is smooth sailing, smooth sailing. Smooth sailing by Queens of Stone Age. Got nothing to lose and only one way up. Okay. So we had, it seems like you're both getting 4. 4 could be a number of significance for you. This one was face up, so something being taken at face value here with the Queen of Cups. Somebody's intuitive sense of heart, their ability to be full of heart, Cancerian energy. This might be a Cancer individual. They might be looking at you and your ability to be heart forward in a connection, and they're taking it at face value. They might also view you, if you're Cancer Leo cusp individual, as somebody who is full of heart, that is being heart forward in a connection. Highly intuitive, highly poetic, watery. Somebody who's connected with the arts. But let's look at these because they're all face down. I know I have a rule of 3, but you know, I'm just kind of rolling with it. So here we have the Hanged Man in the reverse, Piscean energy, gaining perspective. Somebody has achieved that, seeking perspective. They've gained perspective. It's not the need to gain perspective in the reverse, but gaining perspective, having gained perspective about the lack of initiation with the Ace of Wands in the reverse. We also have the Ace. Oh no, this is the Magician in the reverse. There's trickery afoot. Somebody's gained perspective where there isn't an initiation or a new beginning here of a passion project, or could even be Ace of Wands. To be fair, I'm going to pay it credence here. Ace of Wands is the matchstick of the divine, but it's also a phallic symbol a lot of the time in the tarot. The Ace of Wands. And in the reverse, it's kind of like the dousing of that matchstick of the divine in a cup of water, like no go, right? And so when we have it here in conjunction with gaining perspective, somebody has gained the perspective that they were seeking with the Hanged Man in the reverse. We have then that they're not going to be creating something with somebody, the beginning of a passion project, the beginning of a new endeavor of creative nature. It's not happening. Either that, or there's a hookup, or the beginning of something that was passionate and inspiring, a fiery charged initiation of sorts. They've decided that they've gained perspective. They're not doing it. They see trickery and illusory energy is at foot. There's somebody who has been feigning something in a connection. And that's why they've decided, they've gained perspective that there is illusory energy, that there's trickery. This is the magician who pulls the rabbit out of the hat, but you realize the rabbit was hiding in the hat the whole time. Like there was no, self-mastery involved in mastering the elements, that it wasn't somebody who was manifesting something from an artful space. It was somebody who was playing tricks all along. There were trap doors and things going on. Somebody was trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes in order to get something off the ground of a creative or passionate nature. They're taking something at face value, but they're also, if they're a water-oriented individual, they're following their intuitive heart space on this one, but they could also be looking at somebody who's mastered their heart space and is extremely emotionally mature, as opposed to an individual like this. This is Gemini energy. And seeing somebody here, and I mean, again, we could also read these in conjunction with another person, where this is a Gemini Cancer cusp individual that you're seeing the trickery is afoot with them. But I feel more than anything else here that they're following their own heart and their own intuition and seeing for themselves where they're emotionally secure enough to recognize where this is just a bunch of bullshit. They've taken the time to take stock on it and see that there is no new beginning here with something that could have been something of passion, because it's all bullshit. Right? Moving forward, we have, and I don't want to say moving forward too much because that's actually the final line that I've created here for both of you. But obstacles and challenges for you, Leo. Obstacles and challenges during February. Remember, this is just February energy. It was supposed to be January, but I did have 2 jobs. I chose to leave the second job because I was working 14 hours a day and I literally was coming home and sleeping. So I needed to have more time for myself to do things like this, to do things I love, right? And to take more time for myself in my relationship. Anyway, obstacles and challenges for you. You might actually be encountering a time where you need to take more work-life balance into consideration in order to dedicate more time to relationship. And there we go. We have 3 right here. 9 of Wands in the upright, with the Queen of Wands in the upright, Aries energy, and then the 7 of Swords. There's a deceptive energy here in some regard. Yes, there's an obstacle being that you feel there's deception afoot, treachery involved in a situation. Sorry, let me just see what this is. It's a song by Pantera that somebody just sent me. Shall we see what song it is? Let's see what song it is. I mean, I love the songs or messages, right? Yeah. Oh. Oh, it's about respect. You feel that somebody's feigning respect? I don't know. Yeah, what we have here is we have the nine of wands. It's a feeling of being on the verge of victory, tired of the struggle. Wounded warrior energy oftentimes is keyword that we hear online about the nine of wands, but it is going through the battles, triumph, experiencing triumph, navigating how to let your guard down appropriately and when to hold back, but then being on the verge of victory yet experiencing exhaustion. That's one of your obstacles. And I think I was just saying right before we even drew our cards, that feeling of work-life balance is something that you might be encountering right now. And so you are experiencing right now a feeling of exhaustion in a certain situation in conjunction with this other individual, where it's like you're on the verge of victory, but you're exhausted. Do you know? And Aries energy here, leadership energy. This is an individual who's warm and connected with animals. Somebody who presides over passion and promise and is a dominant leader. Within the home space. We also see Leo here. We see the lion. Sometimes when I do see the lion more prevalent in the Queen of Wands card, I like to attribute it with Leo. I don't necessarily always like to do that because queens are more often than not attributed to cardinal signs as opposed to the fixed signs. Kings are usually the fixed signs. But here we'll also attribute it to you, feeling as if you need to kind of dig deep and preside over the home space from that leadership energy and continue to do so from that warm, nurturing perspective, even though you're feeling exhausted here. That's one of your obstacles, is that you know that you have duties within your home space to be warm, to be nurturing, to be dominant, as opposed to domineering, which we would see if this was in the reverse, right? And you know, you might actually be in a space where you're attempting to hold your temper. Because if we look at this from the Leo perspective and the lion being present in the card, we could think back and harken back to the strength card, where it is about taming the inner beast, which is the loss of one's temper, anger, pride, the need to rein those negative aspects in and hold them under control when they seem to be getting away from us. And you might be attempting to do that right now with that regal energy, trying to preside over your emotions, because you know that when you get exhausted, you might get a little bit more moody than normal. And just trying to kind of sit in that queen of the castle energy is something that's an obstacle for you right now because you are exhausted. And looking here, you might actually be triggered in some way because you feel that there's treachery and deception afoot with the Seven of Swords in the upright. Classic interpretation of the Seven of Swords, and we do see it here, which I love. I love the artwork on these in particular. But we see it where we have somebody who's running away from camp with the swords while the soldiers are sleeping. You see, you might be feeling like while you're doing all this hard work and you're running yourself ragged and trying to, you know, achieve stability within your home space and maintain that nurturing, warm attitude, that there's something going on behind your back. And that's an obstacle for you. It might not necessarily be a reality as much as a feeling, but that's definitely an obstacle for you. And I always like to think back to one of the books that I read when I was becoming a leader called The 3 Laws of Performance. And it does talk about how our perception is our reality. And therefore, if it's something that you're perceiving to be true, it does therefore become your reality. So it's just, how do you rein that in, considering that it is one of your obstacles and challenges? And I think it's more because you're tired. You're on the verge of victory, and you're trying to maintain that nurturing, warm spirit while being tired. You're fucking tired, you know? There's something that you've been digging deep on and you've been really trying for, but you feel like there's shit going on behind your back. And when that's happening, it feels like disrespect, right? So, on their side, their obstacles and challenges, Leo. What are your counterparts' obstacles and challenges at this time? I mean, we've all been there, you know. And especially if you're feeling busy, this is too many, I can't take that many. Especially when you're feeling busy, that can be difficult, right? To maintain that positive attitude and that warm, sunny outlook. Thank you. The sunny outlook. Because I keep on thinking about the lion here. And the lion is also the sun. Leo is the sun, right? So think about that for a second. Anyway, moving along for their obstacles and challenges. Firstly, we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. There's an offer that somebody has been attempting to achieve or attain that's an obstacle or a challenge for them. It hasn't happened. They keep on trying for it and it's not happening for them with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. What else? They keep on hitting a wall. Getting it over here. They keep on coming up against a wall with it. We got this one. Page of Pentacles, yeah. They keep on getting small little offers or tokens or, you know, something that's kind of like, it's not the big one. It's not the initiation into some type of contract that's tangible that they can really hold. They keep on getting small little peace offerings or something to do with a timepiece. Time. It's like they feel like they've put in the time and that by now they should be a little further along. I'll read them together in a sec. I gotta get one more. Okay, we got it. Yeah, they feel like intuitively they feel there's a secret here. Piscean energy. This might be somebody who has Pisces strongly in their chart. Because we had the Hanged Man up here, and now we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is in the upright. There's a secret or something intuitive that they know is going on. They're intuitively following their nose on something, or there's a secret. There's an Ace of Pentacles that's in their obstacles. It's not happening. It's in the reverse for them. This is their obstacle. This is their challenge. They want that offer. They want the beginning of something tangible that has to do. And I remember I said timepiece here. Peace offering, timepiece, tokens, small tokens in the tangible world. Pentacles are about our material, energetic, or time resources, right? They're the things on the tangible plane that we cannot get a refund for as much as we think we can. And we spend our time just as much as we spend our energy and we spend our money, right? They're not getting an offer here, something initiating a contract of some sort. They keep on getting little appeasements. Do you know what I mean? They keep on getting little appeasements here. Little tiny things. Little, you know, it's like getting the pat on the ass for doing a good job, but you're not really getting anything else. Or like, you know, me and my boyfriend, we always joke about the pizza party. You know, when management can't give you a raise, but they give you a pizza party. You know, and you know, that's a shitty idea. I mean, it's funny, but it's not, because it is still appreciation, but it's not appreciation to everybody. Some people want the new offer. Some people want the promotion. This person wants something bigger. They want something they can see, touch, take with them, something that's going to recognize the time that they've put into something. I keep on getting time. And you know, it's like they feel like if they put in enough time that they're going to get something. If they put in enough energy, they're going to get something. But they keep on getting, like, the pages are the small little communications. Well, if it's, you know, it's like the consolation prize. Well, for what it's worth. It's like this guy saying that. Well, for what it's worth, da 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 da. And that's not what they want. They want this big brand new beginning here. And they're not getting it, you know. Intuitively, they know that there's something on the horizon, or conversely, that there's a secret reason that that's not coming to them. There's curiosity involved with it. They're curious that there is a secret reason that they're being held back. Because they might actually be seeing where other people have put in less time and expended less energy. I'm like hearing, it's like I'm hearing in my head a conversation, almost like an inner dialogue where somebody's saying, well, how come this person didn't work as hard or as long, but they're getting the offer? And I'm just getting like, the kudos or the hey, better luck next time, or well, you did a really good job on that, but they're not getting the offer. You know, intuitively they know there's a secret reason for this. They don't know what the reason is, but they know there's something afoot or brewing or hinky about it. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just where I'm at with that one. I gotta move some things around here. Sorry. Okay. So where you meet, where you end and they begin, and what your common ground is. We'll pull 2 for this unless more fall out. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is your common ground in this connection? What is your common ground? Seems like they got their mind on their money and their money on their mind. Or over here, you're kind of trying to keep the home. We got one that flipped face down. You're trying to keep a lid on things at home. We have the 4 of Cups in the reverse on your side, and more Pentacles on their side. What did I say? 5 of Pentacles for them. So you're coming out of a period of, this is common ground for you, but if I was reading them on your side and their side, your side being this one, we'd be looking at the 4 of the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles in the upright. 4 Cups in the reverse for you, coming out of a state of depression, or a feeling as if you've been abandoned and getting over that. You're getting over that feeling. A feeling of laziness or passivity, boredom, grief, loss, abandonment, boredom, and passivity over emotional connections. You're coming out of that energy right now. You're in a place where you're feeling a little bit better about your emotional connections, and you're willing to put in the work, and you're starting to exercise gratitude for the things that have stuck, and realizing where you need to kind of blow up your bootstraps when it comes to your emotional energy, instead of feeling that like self-pitying, poor pitiful me type thing, which, isn't actually something that you generally sit in anyway. Whereas for them, and this is, the feeling of being left out in the cold. This is your commonality between the 2 of you. The feeling of being left out in the cold, yet realizing that it's time to pull up your bootstraps and kind of focus on coming out of that, emerging from that depressed energy. That this is about self-empowerment here. This is the realization of self-empowerment that's required. You're emerging from it though here with this one in the reverse. This is the feeling itself of being left out in the cold. But the reminder is always that it's a feeling rather than a reality. And whereas here, this is coming out of that feeling of abandonment, loss, grief, depression, laziness over emotional matters, and realizing where the cup from the divine really is being extended out to you, as opposed to, totally ignoring it. And it being more self-empowered. I think there's kind of a blending of these 2, right? Like where one blends into the other. The mindset here is, I feel as if I've been left out in the cold, passed up in some regard for something, but I do have other things going for me, and it's worth it to not dwell on it, to not be sitting in a self-pitying state. I think that's really what this says. Because this is like this. Is what it is. Right? So, but that's where you're meeting. You could be reminding you could be kind of in a place where your connection is one where you kind of keep each other in check when you get into that place of emotional turmoil over grief, abandonment, loss, feeling passed up, left out in the cold. Like, why is everything happening for this person but not me? Why do, like, over personal connections, but also material and professional endeavors? That's your connection. You keep each other in check when you get into that low mood. Which is good. I mean, it's good to be in a place where you can have somebody give you that reality check, as long as you guys don't get into a place where you're just trading off war stories and, sitting there kind of, drowning yourself in your sorrows together, right? Yeah, thank you. That's interesting because we have the rain here. There's rain on this card. And then we have the cups pouring out, right? So remember, don't drown yourselves in your sorrows and trade off, don't have those pity sessions where you kind of do that with each other and kind of just get into that low mood together, because it can be really difficult when you're in a connection with somebody where all you're doing is trading off the sob stories and the sad songs, and that's it, right? You don't want to be in a place where that's all you're doing. Was, well, you think you had a bad day, this, and this, and well, this is sucking in my life, and this is sucking in my life, and well, we can just suck together. That's crappy. You gotta have good days too, right? Yeah. So thoughts and fears for you on your side, Leo. I mean, that's actually that's one of the aspects of trauma bonding that we don't really talk about, right? 7. This is a hermit. I think it's a hermit. No, it's a chariot. Sorry. What? It is a chariot. That's an interesting one. It looked like the person was in bed. That's what I was thinking. Chariot. Yeah, you could be a Cancer, Leo, cusp individual. You could be born in the mid-July section of things. But, so thoughts and fears for you. You're feeling like stagnant right now with the chariot in the reverse, or like you can't move on. You could also be feeling stuck in the home space, or like there's no movement forward with family. Chariot is ruled by Cancer. It's a Cancer card, so it talks about family. It talks about a change of address. It's often my change of address card or my travel card. But for me, as a reader, more often than not, it's a change of address card. You're feeling stagnant and stuck and like you're not progressing forward in something. That's your thoughts or fears, or like you might not progress forward. It could also be that there's no progress forward in a family matter, but because it's a change of address card for me, you could be feeling stuck in a home space, like you're never going to move forward out of that home space, which is interesting. Then we have the Hierophant in the reverse. You might be feeling stuck and stagnant in a belief system, a philosophy of some sort, or stuck in a space where you feel like your previous constructs in highly structured religious organizations or philosophies of a higher order, or even in an institution. You might not be feeling like there's anywhere further for you to progress within an institution. Or like you cannot move address because of where you land in a place where that institution is toppling. Because remember, it's in the reverse, this Hierophant. Cancerian energy with the Chariot, but then we have Taurus energy here with the Hierophant. Then with it, we have another page. You got lots of pages on here, hey? All you have is pages. We have the Page of Cups in the reverse. No apologies. There's some emotional communication that's not coming through for you. You're looking for an emotional communication to kind of ease the suffering when it comes to either a structured commitment that is toppled, the toppling of a highly structured institution, religious belief, philosophy. It's linked to the home or the family. And the feeling is if these are your thoughts and fears. You might be feeling as if there's no apologies that will be made if something crumbles beneath you that leaves you stuck and stagnant in a home space or with the family element. or where you cannot travel, stuck in unable to travel, unable to relocate. The Hierophant, sometimes people say it's a divorce card. I don't see that here. Unless there's divorce in a family situation and there's no appeasement, not appeasement, but no apologies being made, no emotional, emotional communication, small emotional communication, but emotional communication unless it's not being made to kind of put your mind at ease about it. Because remember, this is a family card. The Chariot is Cancer, and Cancer rules the family. That's their major principle is family. But here, this is the toppling of highly structured traditionalist belief system, philosophies. This is typically in the upright considered those things as well as sage advice, counsel, and it can be, traditionalist commitments. So this could be your fears playing out right here in this line. And it could be any of those things, right? It could be linked to the family. It could be linked to travel and relocation being put on a halt because of something toppling that's super structured, right? But it could also be about your beliefs. It could also be about those traditional commitments. It could be linked to your family. It could be linked to you, right? But then it's more the fact that there won't, you feel that there won't be, sorry, I mixed those up. There won't be some semblance of apology made for that. That it'd be without apologies. It would just be swift and done. And that there wouldn't be any qualms about doing it, Okay, for them, thoughts and fears for them. On their side, thoughts and fears. Thoughts and fears for Leo's counterpart. Pretty dope cards, eh? I like them. Yeah. Oh, is that too many? It's not. We got 3. 4 of Pentacles. They're thinking about saving money. Yeah, we got all the pages now, guys. Page of Swords. Swift communication. And the 6 of Cups in the reverse. Saving up money. They're thinking about saving up money, or their fear is that they may not have saved up enough money. In case the day comes when there is swift action, swift communication coming in. Somebody might be watching, or they may be afraid that somebody is watching them, and if they're saving up money or not. This could have to do with where they did not have a wish granted in the past. If they are thinking about saving up money because they expect there's going to be a swift communication come through, it does have to do with things in the past that did not come to fruition, that were connected with a deep-seated wish goal, harking back to childhood. But also it could have to do with previous connections that fell through that were, from the deep past. Page of Swords is also considered a stalker card. So like I said, somebody that might be thinking and afraid, because we are in the thoughts and fears position, could be afraid that somebody's watching them save their money, or keeping an eye on their savings, or keeping an eye on if they're being more thrifty than usual. But it's because of this. It's a direct result. The reason that they're doing so, the reason the 4 of Pentacles is here, saving their time, energy, resources, is because the 6 of Cups is in the reverse here. It's because something fell through that they truly believed and they did not get their wish, or they're afraid they're not going to get their wish, and so they're feeling like there is an axe hanging over their head, so they're hoping that they can go ahead and they can save for a rainy day. Moving forward for you, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And I mean, I'm sorry, this side is just complete fortune telling for them. Over here, for you, you're going to know if it's you or not. Don't shoot the messenger. And apparently roles can be reversed. Isn't that what they always say? Moving forward for you. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Moving forward. We have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. A lack of balance, give and take, equilibrium, Libra card. Normally in the upright it's about being the charity or the charitable. A balance in between the two, give and take in situations such as relationships, give and take and balance in professional endeavors, but here we have a lack of balance. Somebody might be feeling like they're putting in all the work. What else? They want me to cut. So I'll take two. There we go. Sometimes you just hear it instead, right? Alright. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse and 10 of you. Okay, there's a lack of equilibrium, give and take in a situation. Somebody's feeling a lack of balance in a situation. They feel like they're either giving more than somebody else, or they feel like they're taking more than somebody else, either professional or otherwise. This also comes with a feeling like there's a lack of independence, financial or otherwise, not feeling as if you are able to stand on your own 2 feet with the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. And then here, taking on additional burdens and responsibilities, or feeling like you're bearing all of the weight in a situation. This is moving forward for you. Which with this card means that you're probably the one who's feeling this way. If not, then the other person is, or there's a situation where somebody feels like they're being burdened with all the responsibility, they're taking on all the weight because somebody else isn't independent enough to do so. It's almost as if this means these. I love when this happens in tarot. This means these. Right? On their side, moving forward, Leo's counterpart. Moving forward. Oh, that was fast. They got a lot to say real fast. What movie is that? Because I got a lot to say in a short amount of time to say it. What? What is that from? It's like from Fubar too, or whatever. Justice card in the reverse, Libra energy. So there's Libra in both. This is going to be during Libra season for you guys. So it's going to be mid-September through mid-October. With Leo, yeah, okay. There's going to be a feeling of injustice for them on their side, which is going to result in some anger or fear. Although normally we would say cowardice, like the cowardly lion, or the need to quell fears or contain one's anger. It really could be in between Leo and Libra season, because we have these two cards beside each other like that. With the 5 of Swords in the reverse, the realization of self-deception has happened here. Somebody realizes where they deceived themselves. Justice in the reverse, the feeling that one has suffered a great injustice. The resulting anger that happens from that with the Strength card. And then we have here, and the need to actually, contain one's anger, to control the inner beast, to tame the inner beast. And then the realization where one fooled oneself with the 5 of Swords in the reverse. And the 5 of Swords in the upright is self-deception, as opposed to the 7 of Swords, which is where one is being deceived by somebody else. Well, somebody deceived themselves into believing something was true, and now they feel a deep sense of injustice over it, and they're angry. I also use these as timing cards, right? So in between Leo season and Libra season, especially probably going to be in Libra season because we have Libra over here with the 6 of Pentacles. Somebody fooled themselves into believing something was true when it wasn't, and now they feel cheated in some regard over on their side, and they're pissed. They're afraid and they're angry and they feel backed into a corner. And what do animals do when they're backed into a corner? They lash out. This is where they have to control themselves in that regard. That's what I've got for you, Leo. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Capricorn energy. The need to preside over the home space from a place is warm, inviting, welcoming. Ambition, determination, drive. The passionate need to strive towards something. This is the Page of Pentacles. So up here, they're getting messages. So it's like there's something being delivered to them, but it's not enough. So here's that peace offering, timepiece instead. I'm sorry, I'm getting used to reading these now. This is the first spread I've done with these. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. A lack of connectedness with the mind, body, and spirit in symphony with one another. And the Queen of Swords in the reverse. There's that feeling of injustice again. Libra energy. That feeling of injustice is creeping up again. Something's not fair. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. And then we have the Hermit. Yeah. You need to go within to discover a deep personal truth. Virgo. Alrighty. That means that's a knight up there too. It's passionate action towards you. And somebody's like, whoa, no, just chill on yourself there. Alright guys, I promise to do better with these, but you know, it is an exercise in learning. Nonetheless, my interpretation still stands. I think that it's pretty straightforward. If you like what I do, hit this button. If you like this new spread, hit this button. If you're not subscribed yet, subscribe. And we'll see you next time, probably with makeup on, because this is like not, this is a Sunday thing. So yeah, we'll see you when we see you next. Thanks for watching.